This right here is a story about the last honest man on the internet. No, I consider myself an honest person. I consider myself forthright with my opinions and thoughts on a whole host of different topics, but there's a podcaster out there. Apparently, the No Filter podcast, as it is named, apparently wasn't direct and forthright enough with the topics that would be discussed there and the opinions put forward by his host, but apparently, okay, there's a Beta Bucks Deluxe out there who's out there saying that what he's saying is unacceptable. Well, this podcaster sparks outrage, saying that he'd leave his wife if she let herself go post-childbirth. Based. Fair. Okay. What's wrong with that? Like, is he talking about anybody specifically? Is he anticipating his first, second, or third child? No, this is a hypothetical woman in a hypothetical scenario who would be too hypothetically lazy to get on the fucking treadmill. A male host of the No Filter podcast, a male podcast. A male host of this podcast sparked a massive backlash. Really? Are we going to check these sources, though, to figure out if it's a massive backlash, or is it just the people who are responding to this are massive? Over recent comments made about postpartum bodies, and they're not backing down. Oh, but they're not backing down, rather. One side mostly because they're not big enough to actually turn around and go away, and the other one because they actually finally, somebody who said something based is not backing down from their position. In a viral exchange on the show, I've never heard of this shit before, but I might become a listener after this one. Created by Anthony Casanta, Nick Casanta, obviously they're brothers, and their buddy Jason Giratano. It might be a little bit too greasy for me. Co-host Anthony put his future wife on blast. Future wife. Again, this is an entirely hypothetical scenario, but the commenters on this are probably too stupid to really realize. If my wife lets herself go after I have kids with her, again, this isn't like after she fucking drops some kids out of that axe wound, okay? Right after that, if you aren't back to, fuckable shape, I'm leaving you. This is like, okay, after, if you just continue to let yourself go and you set a bad example of being a slob to the kids, yeah, you're out, okay? And you're gonna get replaced. Fair enough, okay, because men and women, okay, follow me on this one, bring different things to relationships, okay? Just because there's kids involved, the dynamic does change, okay, but the overarching narrative remains the same. Women bring looks and nurturing to the relationship, and men provide, okay? Now, what if all of a sudden, okay, the man just decides that he's going to quit his job to spend more time with the kids? Don't you think that the woman's just going to decide to kick that fucking useless motherfucker out, okay? If that's the main source of income for the family and he just decides, no, it's not really for me anymore. Don't you think that would be changing some things as well? But you never hear that conversation now, do ya? Let's just run this back again, because I so rudely interrupted his written statement with my own tangent. If my wife lets herself go after I have kids with her, I'm going to tell her once, if you don't get your shit together, if you can't do that, I'm out, Anthony said in the video. Again, this was 3 bros, okay, 2 of them literally are sitting around bullshitting, okay? This is what Trump famously said about locker room talk. Guys, when they're together shooting the shit, say some inflammatory stuff, okay? And this just happened to be caught on video. Fucking weird, huh? And again, the follow-up to this just goes to prove that there's actually still a few people out there with some fucking backbones. It's amazing. Once you reach a certain level, and I don't know how popular this No Filter podcast is. I'd assume it's probably more popular than my channel. Obviously, it doesn't take much. Normally, when you reach a certain level, when you get a certain amount of fame out there, it just seems like you just sell out to whoever you'd want, or whoever would be willing to give you money, okay? That you would just back down from whatever stance you can in order to satisfy your overlords. So I'm just glad that somebody's holding the line on this one. I still want to be sexually attracted to my wife. Nothing wrong with that. To my spouse, girlfriend too, he added, as the co-host piped up in agreement. 3 based guys. Just change your podcast title to that. If the heat gets too much, 3 based guys. No filter. That's just too generic, okay? The comments garnered intense backlash. From who? But Anthony told the Post, okay, or the New York Post, of course, reaching out, wouldn't miss an opportunity on this one, that he and his co-hosts have no regrets about the remarks, saying, "We are not sorry." Round of applause for these gentlemen. I don't know if you guys had this in the States, but up here in Canada, we had this Crown Royal campaign where it was just, I forget exactly what it was, the real men of taste, of class or whatever. They would just be in tweed jackets and they'd just sit around in a dark and oaked room just sipping on snifters of brandy or whatever the fuck they do, and then just do the slow clap. That's what these gentlemen should be doing as well. You know what? Hopefully all of this exposure can get you a better table. It's also not only about weight gain after birth, but it's also about mental health as well as physical health. Exactly. I didn't even read any further than just the headline because I knew this was something I wanted to talk about. But again, it's setting a standard for the kids, okay? If you let yourself go, more aspects of yourself are going to go along with it, okay? You stop taking care of yourself in one aspect, guess what? That's just going to transfer out to the rest of your life. That's just fucking facts, folks. We feel like it is important to hold spouses, both men and women, to a high standard. Exactly. It will change throughout a relationship, obviously. Just there are certain standards, there are certain non-negotiables, there are certain values that you don't undermine for anyone. As for people that ridiculed us for making this claim, we are not sorry, he continued. This is what we prefer, and we're allowed to have our opinion on things just like they're allowed to have their views on certain things. It's none of our business what their opinions on things are, therefore they should respect our view. Fucking A right. And again, theoretically, they're going to find women who are going to comport with that idea, and hopefully they aren't going to be sellouts about it, okay? But again, here's one of the biggest detractors that are out there. Okay, the TikTok account for the podcast, which launched earlier this month, invites visitors to enjoy the controversy. This is like a brand new podcast, okay, so I guess great exposure on this one. The video of the exchange captioned, goes the man to stay on point, doesn't currently allow comments, but it didn't stop baffled viewers from making response videos. Out of the now 80 response videos, many of which are outraged, women, fat, unfuckable broads who would never find themselves in a relationship anyways, calling the host a moron, saying it's red flag behavior. Fine, don't fuck them. Okay, good. Go find, just go get one of those beta male orbiters that are out there. Okay, if you're a hot chick, you probably have a whole host of them. Your phone's probably full of them out there that'll just pay for the opportunity to just show you how great of a guy they are. Ugh, makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. Or, you probably have those same orbiters if you're one of those blue-haired land whales, probably because, yeah, the gravity's bitch. Chance Terry, known on TikTok as Chance J. Terry, crafted his own response as he sipped coffee nonchalantly in a bathroom mirror, and we actually got a picture of this fucking bitch right there. As you can see, oh yeah, that's a dude right there. That's that old washed up fucker that's right there. Oh, he's out there to detract from these guys, just out there stating the truth that he's out there and he's happy with his wife. It's fine that she started out with the long blonde hair. It's fine that she was a size 2 when we started. I still love her at the size of 22 with her sensible haircut. And by the way, I don't think, and if I listen to anything on TikTok, my IQ automatically drops by at least 30 points. But as far as I can tell, okay, this dude isn't married. Oh, he has a ring on his finger. That's on his right hand, though. So I'm just saying, unless he's European or something like that, why is he simping? Don't ever simp. Up simping for hypotheticals. But what did he have to say? Because I'd rather listen to a transcript than actually watch the video. It's way too fucking early for this shit, he began. I don't know why the algorithm sent you my way, but here we go. Wake the fuck up, man, Terry ranted. Nobody else is living their life specifically for your wants and needs. Kids aren't asking for that. They're just saying that of their prospective life partner, okay? Their prospective wife going forward, that they have certain values, that they have certain responsibilities that they want for their partner. And if they aren't down with that, well, they got 2 words for you. Fuck off. Like, do the shit that makes you happy, but don't impose your unrealistic expectations and regulations on somebody else. Yes, just be a fat fuck. Just be satisfied with living with a fat fucking disaster, because you know what? See this a lot in media, okay? And this is where we're going to start going in on these fucking hosts. All of these people, unrealistic body standards. Oh my God, there's dad bods, but what about mom bods? What about that? What about that? Doesn't that turn you on still? No, you're being a bigot, and you're just making me feel bad about myself. Okay, but then you take a look at the broads who are promoting all this stuff. I don't need to drag these finished broads are doing. No, you take a look at the women who are promoting these ideas. Okay, oh, the fat acceptance is fine. You're fine at any size. look at her. Look at her. She looks morbidly obese to you. Unless, of course, she's like 2 feet tall and she weighs 98 pounds, but everything seems to be all in place there. Not a bad-looking woman, okay? Everything seems fine, obviously, but it always seems like these broads are out here trying to lower the standard for everybody else. Don't try, that's fine. Meanwhile, you're a respectable size. You're an average-sized woman. You've got the long hair, you've got the leather pants on, it looks like you're giving a shit, you got the done up nails, you got the makeup on, you got the necklace on. It's Friday night and you're out there cleaning up. Meanwhile, the rest of them have to roll it up at 2 o'clock and take whoever just wants to make sure that they feel loved and respected, okay? And again, like I said at the beginning, we're not talking about broads who just recently popped out kids, okay? We're not talking about ladies who fucking had to go through that 9 months of a disaster on your body. I get it, okay? I studied the human body. I know what it means. Put your body through the process of pregnancy, okay? But then I also know, and I will also cite some numbers for you as well, but I also noticed this as well. Remember, there's such a thing as the dad bod? Well, thanks to the New York Post's own recommendation feed out there, your dad bod is killing you. Here's how to fix it. It's weird, right? Oh no, there's a dad bod and that's totally fine, but something else that doesn't ever get recognized. Men and women bring a different things to the party. Women, it's looks and the access to sex, and for men, it's resources and the access to relationships. Both gotta fucking fulfill your side of the agreement. But like I said, I know, and I studied this as well, okay? And no, I'm not a doctor, okay? No, I'm not a nurse. I'm straight. But I have an exercise physiology degree. I'm a certified personal trainer. I know what type of exercise you can do for pre, intra, and postpartum, okay? I know how far and I know how long you're able to exercise up to pregnancy, up to your due date, and then when the healthy time to exercise after childbirth, you can head back into the gym. And I know the numbers, okay? I know what physiologically goes on inside the body for weight gain, okay? What you can expect and what the bounce back period should be, okay? It's not putting on 20 pounds because you just, I have a craving for cake and you did this to me, so I need to have the entire box of ice cream sandwiches and a jar of pickles or whatever the fuck goes on. Raisins and hash browns. I don't know if the fucking cravings are, but like it says here in the first line, and this is from the Mayo Clinic, not exactly from some hack men's rights organization. Pregnancy weight gain. What's healthy, okay? What will physiologically go on through your body? Didn't think that we'd actually be getting a physiology education on a video where it started out with some guys just talking about fat bitches, but no, guess what? We're here now. Like it or not, eating for 2 isn't a license to eat twice as much as usual. Use healthy lifestyle habits to manage your pregnancy weight gain, support your baby's health, and make it easier to shed the extra pounds after delivery. No, you're fine at any size. Is the size 2 about the size 12? There's no one-size-fits-all approach to pregnancy weight gain. Appropriate weight gain for you depends on various factors, including your pre-pregnancy weight and a body mass index. And again, BMI is just a worthless fucking measurement, okay? You're way better off, and if you have the means in order to measure it, the body fat percentage and body fat allocation at different positions on your body is a far more concise and intelligent way of going about things, because you just think about your average NFL linebacker. Okay, he shredded out of their tree at 250 pounds, 6'2". Theoretically, they're obese, okay? Me at 6'6", 230. Sorry, 2 1/4. My mistake. Had to go check to just go make sure everything was all accurate. I'm in the overweight category, just about in the obese category, because BMI is retarded. And again, that's not because I'm fat. It's like, see? But again, your doctor knows that, okay? Your doctor's saying, no, you're fine. You just should probably lose a couple of pounds. And they'll say that quickly and under their breath. But the different weight gain you should anticipate, whether you're under, normal, over, or obese, is going to be significantly different. Anywhere from 28 pounds if you're underweight to 40 pounds, which would be a lot. But we'll also take a look at the different changes that happen in your body and the, like I said, physiological weight differences that are just going to happen because there's another life forming within your body. So there's certain things that whatever you put inside your mouth, it's just gonna change regardless. That'll eventually go away, but for the time being, it's there and you got to deal with it. And then then if you're obese, you're walking around 30, the BMI of 30 plus, take a look, about 11 to 20 pounds. So there are certain things, there are certain guidelines, and that's why they are in fact just guidelines and not hard and fast rules. carrying twins. I don't know. It sucks to suck. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and not cover everything in here, but when you gain too much weight, gaining too much weight during pregnancy can increase your baby's risk of health problems, such as being born significantly larger than average and tearing that thing up. You might also be at an increased risk of pregnancy-related hypertension, gestational diabetes, prolonged labor, or a need for a C-section or delivery before the due date. And then having that, fucking fish gut scar. That sucks. Excessive weight gain during pregnancy can also increase your risk of postpartum weight retention and increase your risk of blood clots in the postpartum period. Probably know that, and you're probably keeping it quiet from your spouse if you're a woman watching this or hate watching it. I don't frankly care. So, what kind of weight gain can you expect? Okay, well, your baby might weigh as much as 7 or 8 pounds. Okay, that's normal. You probably already know that. That accounts for some of your pregnancy weight gain. What about the rest? Well, larger tits. Nice. A pound or 3. All right. A larger uterus. It needs to accompany that 9-month carry along. 1.5 pounds for the placenta. Fun and enjoyable. 2 pounds of amniotic fluid, which you know you're just going to end up ruining a couch with. Increased blood volume. Yeah, your blood has to adapt to the need for excess amount of oxygen that'll be throughout your body. So your blood volume does increase because you're a larger person. You're carrying around more needs for your body. So your body and your platelet count needs to adjust. So an additional 3 or 4 pounds. As you can see, all of this stuff is fluctuating and it's eventually going to be going down. And then increased water and increased fluid within your body, an additional 2 to 3 pounds. And then your fat stores, you're really looking at gaining 6 to 8 pounds. Okay, so a lot of that weight right there, 1, 3, 4, 6 of those 20 pounds that you theoretically be putting on. Okay, and then scale up appropriately. Obviously, that should only be for fat stores, for the additional energy that'll be needed in order to craft a life. So, you know, just scarfing things down and just saying, oh, it's because I'm pregnant, you just naturally gain weight. Not that much, fatty. First trimester, most women don't need to gain much weight. No, they have to. You've just recently caught a load and that makes you special. If you start out at a healthy normal weight, you need to gain only about 1 to 4 pounds in the first few months of pregnancy. You can do this by eating a healthy diet. No extra calories are necessary. That's when most of your physiological changes are going to occur. Steady weight gain is more important in the second and third trimesters, especially if you're going to start out at a healthy weight or you're underweight according to guidelines. You will gain approximately 1 pound per week until delivery. The extra 300 calories a day. Have a sandwich or a glass of skim milk. Yeah, not a bucket of popcorn or a hamburger, okay? Something, you know what, that falls in line with a healthy diet. Might be enough for you to meet this goal. For women who are overweight, they should just, I don't know, throw themselves off a cliff. The guidelines suggest a weight gain of about 0.5 pound a week, or for the second or third trimesters, adding a glass of low-fat milk or an ounce of cheese and a serving of fresh fruit to your diet. So yeah, after everything's all said and done, and then after, you know what, all of that biological weight gain goes on, all of those physiological changes subside, you're probably left with what, 6, 7, 8 pounds, okay? And losing that is a whole lot different than, you know what, creating a mom bod for yourself. And I don't want to put these broads on blast, but they did it to themselves. But doesn't that look like somebody taking advantage of their situation? Okay. And if that's somebody who's going to be trying to put into the spotlight that I'm fine at any sides and that my stretch marks, the cellulite and a bit of sagging are now going to be sex symbols, that's not how that shit works. Okay. And you wonder why single motherhood continues to skyrocket. This is one of those things that I just really hate, not for the fact that I'm not fond of fat chicks, but the lowering of standards out there, saying that these are unrealistic beauty standards, okay? Expecting somebody to look like a woman and not to look like a blob, okay? You can't help who you find attractive, okay? I like white girls, I like Latin girls, I like black girls, I can't really say Asian girls, but tall, short, I don't know the best way to say this, the wide set, stocky, not like fat stocky, but you know, solidly built, taller and more slender, but they all have to have a certain demeanor about themselves, athletic, generally presentable, okay, have a good hygiene about themselves, okay. That's just the physical, okay? This is nothing about personality and what our conflicts would be. Preferably, they would just never show up, okay? That would be totally fine with me. But no, that's what everything's being pushed, okay? Like, we can go back to one of the other articles from earlier in the day, but you take a look at the women who even Daily Mail consider attractive, okay? Like, even though they continue to push these infertile fucking empty egg cartons who are like, oh my god, she looks so great at 40, okay? Ashley Roberts, oh my god, she's looking so great. Is she a disgusting disaster who can't see her feet? No, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, Lady in Red, Queen Letizia of Spain, in a size what, 1 or 2 dress, looking fine as fuck. Rita Ora shows off her abs and racy black PVC crop top and thigh high split skirt for sizzling Sydney Instagram snaps. I feel dumber for having read all of that. But what's the common thread? And again, I just keep scrolling up on this one. You guys see it off to the side, but do you see any fucking walking disasters that are out there? Are they all getting promoted as being unrealistic? If there's so many of them there, okay, and these are all individual people, okay, of different ages from different parts of the world, is it so unrealistic? Or are they just trying to brainwash society that you're totally fine just living on filth, okay? Just leave a better life for the rest of us. Well, I'm not about lying to people, okay? I'm about telling people exactly what I think at all times on whatever subject I want to fucking talk about. And this whole idea that you living up to your best potential, well, that involves getting your physical appearance in a line, okay? That involves taking care of yourself, and I'm a big proponent of that. So I want every single one of you guys to be living for as long as you can. I want you to be Stephen Breyer, working at a job that you love until you're into your 80s, for Christ's sakes. And the only way that you can do that is by looking after yourself and not just giving in to the easy route. This video started out in one direction and continued on to another and ended up on a, I guess, slightly up note. But hey, we're here. So take that opportunity to reflect over the weekend. I'm going to go check the mail. I'm going to see, apparently, okay, just giving you guys a little bit of insight about the weekend here. I am supposed to be finally getting that component for my computer where I can go back to my old rig. It's a little bit of an upgrade, which is fucking great because I've had computer trouble since October or something like that. And I finally got my hands on the component that I think I need. So unfortunately, it's the CPU. And for those of you who are not so technically literate, it's the brains of the computer. And I'm going to have to do a complete refresh on everything that's in there. It fucking sucks, and it's going to need an entire weekend of work. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully it's here. The tracking information's been a little bit fucked up here recently, so we'll see if it's here. Hopefully it is, so I can get started on that. So perhaps we can get back to at least a little bit of normalcy on the channel, okay? Because things have been a little bit off-ish recently, okay? I've been trying to do my best to just duct tape and band-aid through it, but I just want my old PC back, okay? So I'm going to be doing that. Hopefully you guys have a great and productive weekend. Things are up and loaded. We're still going to have the same swath of shit for Saturday and Sunday. It's not shit. I work really hard on this stuff, and I hope you guys appreciate that. So it's good. Three videos up, Saturday, Sunday, back live on Monday. Probably talking about that truckers gimmick in Ottawa, because I'm very interested to see how that plays out, but we don't know so far. So with that said, guys, have a great one out there. Thank you for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.